Thank you. So I'm just going to just mention some of the things, and again, maybe repeating some of the things that some of the other panel members have said, how to connect with nature. So the first thing is to be in nature is when we can. And I live in the city, but I have the privilege of walking to work. And I walk through a park, it's the Robinson Davies Park, and there's a beautiful tree there. And so every day, I think one of my favorite parts of the day is simply walking to work. And looking, and one of the things that I try to do when I'm walking, not just to work anytime, is to remember to look at the sky. Not down, but to look at the sky. The sky is a powerful image for the mind. And if we can have a mind like the sky, then we have a big mind. The second thing is to read indigenous people's literature. And one of my favorite books, which I got in 1972, because, and I can authenticate that because the price is $2.98. And there's just some wonderful things in this from, again, Aboriginal peoples, and I just want to read one of them. The first American mingled with his pride a singular humility. Spiritual arrogance was foreign to his nature and teaching. He never claimed that the power of articulate speech was proof of superiority over creation. On the other hand, to him, a precious gift. He believes profoundly in silence, the sign of perfect equilibrium. Silence is the absolute poise of balance of body, mind, and spirit. If you ask him what is silence, he will answer, it is the great mystery. So again, reading, and that's just one of the, there are just so many, beautiful, and I just got finished reading Black Elk Speaks, which I encourage anyone to read. It's just such a powerful, and another beautiful thing about that book, he told it to a white man. And they really felt that together that they had one voice. And it's such what he says is so powerful, but the way that it came through was also very, very interesting. So the third thing comes out of what he said there is about silence. I believe that, and again, the Joki talked about this, that spiritual practice is a way of reconnecting to the earth. And most spiritual practices, i.e. meditation, Qigong, yoga, Tai Chi, came from thousands of years ago. And we haven't really improved on them. I mean, in fact, and with yoga, we've really just commodified it. And so how did the people, our ancestors, thousands of years, come up with these practices, which are basically, again, our ways of liberation, our ways of also connecting to the earth? And I think it was through listening. Through the silence, they could listen to the rhythms of the cosmos. They could listen to the rhythm, and as 4 Hours pointed out, they looked at animals as part of the rhythms of the cosmos. And again, we know that the names of many yoga asanas are animals. So again, spiritual practice is, I think, so important in connecting. And then finally, and this connects to what Bob said, our body. Our body is nature. And anything that we can do, and again, almost all those spiritual practices are around the body. The body brings us into the moment. It gets us out of the head. And again, an image for education today is a brain on a stick. That's the image of the human being today in education, a brain on a stick. And 4 Hours, I love your comment about the article when they took the image of the brain out of the paper that lost like 90% of its credibility. We've just become so, and I think it's really interesting to learn about the brain and what it does. But if we just kind of continue to rely on that, it's just another physiological reductionism. We're reducing our image of ourselves as human beings. So again, just taking just remembering to take a deep breath once in a while. And I just got through reading this book, The Way of Baseball. I'm a sports freak, and It's by Sean Green, and he was a baseball player for a while for the Toronto Blue Jays, and so he said, when you're the best way to hit is with no mind, right? And so the way that he would reconnect to his body, he would remember once to take the bat and hit it on his shoes, and that would bring him back down into his body. So anything that you can do during the day that allows you to do it. Again, also the body is it's decaying. Like I'm 68. It's not what it was when I was 40. And we see, you go out in nature and you see all kinds of decay in nature. So we don't have to get freaked out. We're just part of the whole thing. So just relax.